Let's talk about Stephen. Oh my goodness, there are haters everywhere. Oh my. Okay, let's just talk about Stephen. He can shoot with the lights out. He shoots the lights out. So he's shooting. He's dribbling. He pulls up and the lights go out. That's how good this man is. The janitor was like, these boys can't guard him. Shut the lights out. And you know they in the South, they ain't gonna snitch. Shut the lights out. This is how good this man is playing. This reminds me of Shaq. They changed the rules for the big dog Shaq. They gotta shut the lights out to cool this boy off. I'm so happy that he's playing right now. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got a bunch of great players in the league like Dame Dollar. I'm talking about point guards right now. Okay? Russ, Steph, Kyrie, all these great players. And Stephen Curry is always somewhere in between their as the best, and then they push him back down. When they have a bad moment, they push him back down. But he had so many big moments. He literally could have took off and just chilled. He could have chilled, but he chose to play. We didn't know they was going to go to the playoffs. They back in the hunt. I told people before Stephen Curry got his MVP. The year before that, I said on my Twitter, Steve VP. Steve VP. MVP, that's his name. The reason I said that, because I'm just like, this guy's incredible. His craft, his shooting, that's extremely difficult to do. Now, we got a lot of guards who can shoot, but this kid can shoot. It's incredible. He has to be in your top 15 all time. Top 20 when it's all said and done? Because just think about it. Now, although he never got a finals MVP, because he had Kevin Durant, and that's a hell of a player. But just think about it. He won 2 titles before the big dog came. The big dog come, they get 3 titles. Right? And every year, somebody's trying to figure out a way not to put him number 1. He proves them wrong all the time. Had multiple 40-point games. I think he's in the hunt for having the most 30-point games in a season, I think. Without it even being a full season, this kid needs to be put on a pedestal. He's not a kid anymore. That's when I was a veteran when he first came into the league. That's when he was at Dayton and killing. This kid needs to be put on a pedestal. Talk for MVP? Maybe. And we know he is put on the pedestal, but from my perspective, we know that we got top 75 coming up. And I'm really excited about it. We got top 75. We had the top 50. We got top 75 coming up. So some people might not even make the top 75 now, which is really incredible. Some people got their spot solidified, and some people moving up the ladder. I really hope this time when they do the top 75 that they put it in order. It's going to be very difficult. Because look at the guys that we don't mention when we talk about the GOAT. We're not even mentioning Magic Johnson in that anymore. We're not mentioning Isaiah Thomas in the GOAT talk anymore. We don't mention Shaq in the GOAT talk. We don't mention Jerry West in the GOAT talk. Now, this next round, the top 75, there's going to have to be a lot of different discussion going on. Because some people deserve to have that spot. I don't care if you're hot now and we see you today, if a young player, such as the great players in the league right now playing. I don't care what they think. We need to redo this, and it should be in order. The number 1 person pick should be the best player. No bias. We don't care what everybody else thinks. I personally want to see who the official top 75 is, and I think Stephen Curry is definitely in there. I mean, we know this, right? But the top 50 just happened a couple years ago. You don't really think about that the top 75 is coming up. So it's exciting. It's exciting times. So shout out to that kid, that young man. Keep shooting. Finish off your career strong. Get a couple rings. Also got to give a shout out to Russ. Now, when you talk about Russ, if I got to tell you who Russ is, that means you don't watch basketball. So I'm not necessarily talking to you. This man, Oscar Robertson. I had Oscar Robertson's top 10 on my all-time list. When I first got into the league, I only had maybe one triple-double sometime. I was always a defender, so I did my thing on that side. When you talk about 182 triple-doubles, that's huge. The reason I had Oscar as one of the best, not because I seen him play, I know how hard it is to get a triple-double, and he got a title. So now, I'm putting Russ top 50. Whether he patented stats or not, he been to the finals. The only reason I can't put Russ ahead of Oscar, because Oscar got a finals. Some people gonna say, oh, well, back in the days, they was playing against garbage players. Well, that was the era they was in. And they dominated. It is what it is. In that era, they were serious. Oscar got a title, and Oscar averaged a triple-double. So I can't quite give Russ the nod, but it's insane. I mean, literally, I'm a pro. Not anymore, you can see my gut, but I'm a pro. And for someone to be in their prime right now and to beat that record, and they're not even done yet. They're not even done yet. Do you understand? Do y'all understand what's happening here? I don't think people understand it. Like, you are walking amongst a living legend. This is like some LeBron James stuff. This is exactly what this is. You are literally walking amongst a living legend, and this is no disrespect to anyone, especially the old-time players that might have different views. I'm a big fan of old-time basketball. That's why Bill Russell is the number one player in the world to me, ever, to play the game, to me. But Russel Westbrook, we must respect this. This must get a statue. Russell has to have a statue, especially in basketball dominant areas in China. You know what I'm saying? This is huge. This man has maybe 4 more seasons to go. We are talking about this record never being broken. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about this record never being broken. It took 50 years or 40 years. Incredible. Is it? As you can see, I'm lost for words. Shout out to Russ. If you don't know him, you don't watch basketball. Coming to the stage, New York, Madison Square Garden, Julius Randle. Damn. This is unbelievable. I'm from New York City. I'm from Queens. I'm from 10th Street. I look across the water in River Park. There goes Manhattan. I always wanted to be a Knick. I became a Knick. Knicks wasn't doing too well. We know this. But you know what? We gonna survive. Oh, we here in New York City. Julius Randle's coming into his own. We always knew that Julius was a hell of a talent. Came into the league, dominating high school, dominating college. A little easy. It's gonna be different in the league. Absolutely. Then you get adjusted. Beyond getting adjusted, you working hard. You working on your game. Putting it into the real game early in your career, and it's not translating yet. Year 1, we get hurt. Year 2, not translating. Year 3, year 4, it's getting a little bit better. Now we keep working. We get adjusted to the pace. We become veterans. We become the All-Stars. This is Julius. Remember, we just wrote him off. Now we're writing him back on because he put in that work. And in the biggest city in the world, in New York City. This is a city where people don't want to come to because it's tough. The media. I'm from New York City. I get it. I got it in my blood. We attack. To come to New York City and get it in, that's big. That's why it's so hard to win a title in New York City. Because when you lose, we're extremely upset, which we're changing. Shout out to the Knicks fans. Keep that up. If you win a championship in New York City, that's crazy. I'm trying to think about this. If you win a championship in New York City, I won a championship in LA. I love it. I always wanted to win a title in New York. And I'm from there. And the hood is there. You win a title in New York City, I just don't know if people really understand what that means. This is coming from someone who wanted to be a Knick, and the Knicks passed me up. I don't want to get into that story. But you might see the Statue of Liberty start doing the Tootsie Roll. To New York, don't be surprised. You've seen a lot of wild stuff. I'm from New York. You might see the Empire State Building with your name on it. You're gonna be loved forever. Every player might have a restaurant. I'm gonna buy every jersey. This is where the Knicks is headed. This is uncharted territory. We have not been this excited for a long time since Melo was there. And shout out to Melo, because Melo could have went anywhere. But what did Melo do? Melo went into the fire. Shout out to Melo. He went into the fire. He did set the tone. He set the tone. Yo, if you're a big dog, show it here in New York City. Thank you. We need that. Derrick Rose, thank you. Taj from the city, thank you. We need one so bad. And you want to know something? No pressure. You know what I'm saying? We gonna respect y'all. We gonna ride forever. Because y'all riding right now, making us so proud. We want to see a title before we ain't here no more. Please give us one. The last two. Phil Jackson, the Zen Master. Shout out to the Zen Master. The last two championships. Him and Frazier. Now this is the new era. I don't mean to be marketing or promoting, but you know, anybody that want to go to New York, I'm not the one to call. You know who to call. Feel free. Shout out to Julius for putting in that work, for having fun, and for playing well in New York City. Shout out to the Knicks.